Hello Blender folks, welcome back. Hold on, let me just restart that soundtrack. I'm not sure if it will work, but we'll see on the next. Don't know if the sound is too low or too heavy. Gotta put some soundtrack, ambience music, just whatever. At least I'm mentioning it for the live stream. I hope they don't bother with copyright stuff, but it's there. I'm mentioning it's already on the internet anyways. So we're continuing here. I hope my voice is adequate and the microphone is not reproducing so much the soundtrack, like in double echoing or whatever. It would be hard for me to verify this right now. So just to make sure, maybe I augment the microphone. No, this should be fine. This should be fine. Okay, so what I was working here, basically, let's put the chat on. Just found out that for this eyelid control bone here, the outside surface is slightly different from the just outside. The outside surface, it would make this bone like just on surface, just like it is snapped onto surface, but it will be outside, so probably it won't flip, but there is advantage and disadvantage to this in relation to purely outside, because with purely outside I can not go inside, so this is positive, but I can still you see, pose freely in that outside direction, and so this can be useful sometimes. What I don't want, of course, is inside. I don't want that to snap inwardly, but this posing could be useful, even though it might be look weird like that floating bone, but this sounds relatively useful for any 3D animations. So I believe, well, for these ones, the fact that they are freer to move outside but don't go inside is, I think it's beneficial. So I haven't considered this before. I didn't even knew that this feature. So this thing sounds reliable. I think it will get better posing for 3D animation. So even though for most of the time we probably would like just this to snap, but we can kind of have it. It doesn't need to be snapping exactly. It's floating at a certain distance, but it cannot go inwards. I cannot push it very inside the eye, and but I can still push it outwards with some difficulty, but yes, I can. So for some reason it resists slightly, but eventually it will go outside. So this sound, yeah, it's a bit strange, but it works. This one is a bit easier. It's like it's magnetizing, so I don't really understand this behavior, but eventually we can get it outside. Maybe there's something else here. Outside surface, no, that was, but above surface, above surface, no, it doesn't confer the same quality. So it's outside it's the probably the most interesting one, and so this allows me to pose this one in easier ways, so it doesn't need to follow the eye, which makes a curve inwards, very dramatic curve inwards the head, like following this curve, right, of the head, and then so it allows me to have better posing for the eyelash. and the eyelid if I want. So I can explore different posing and without too much concern to the shape of the eye, that it is shrink wrapped too, because I can do that. And then of course, depending of the posing, the mesh of the eyelash will have too much deformation, but so its shape might get a bit weird, but we're not gonna make a lot of insane posings anyway, so it's just, we just want some slightly freedom. And now it goes, for some reason the posing of this bone is like invert, so let's reset this. I don't know why. Okay, it's good now. So this looks okay. Then I can, yeah, so we're gonna fix the wave painting there, some stuff that require adjustments, but this solution sounds pretty handy, and that was a solid improvement. I hope this will be the definitive. And so now let's go for the, about those distance, by the way. Maybe now that I have this outside, I can play out differently with these ones. So maybe I could get something like that. Looking for interpenetrations now, it looks fine. What about this 0.1? Does it need to be that far away? Let's 0.6. Let's try it out. Need to reset. Why it got so far? If oh, 0.06. Let's see now. What about interpenetrations? Now this looks fine. Of course, the position of that bone maybe is a bit strange, so let's try to adjust this slightly. Does it need to be that low? Maybe it can go upper. That could be nice. 2. Let's see. Going too high. This bone is not supposed to go in this character design, in this rigs character design. This doesn't need to go too high like here. Here it does, like the already open eye, so that's fair enough. And okay, so here wave painting is bad for the eyelid, especially for the eyelid, but also perhaps for the eyelash. I need to investigate what's going on. It was apparently some wave painting thing. Then this already sounds, yeah, it's not pushing enough. There's some interference probably. And then this is mostly working fine. This is okay. Let's reset. And what's that? Yeah, influence there, which is not required. So those deformed bones are probably having, okay, so this might be the next thing to do, right? First let's make some adjustments here. Maybe just push this mesh slightly forwards so we don't have this interpenetration right ahead. Maybe, oh, I've changed this, so maybe here, let's get it. I was making this change, right? Okay, so we'll be, yeah, this is not very interesting, so maybe this one also, no, it's very far already. Let's keep pushing. Doesn't seem to do a lot of difference, so maybe it's definitively is this one, or yeah, this bone could be really more exaggerated here indeed. or it is additionally it's the eyelashes mesh, top eyelash mesh that really we should have a better I still have this thing here, so maybe I can still play with this. Okay, changing those was more critical to the solution, but the shape is too big anyways for now. Let's reset rest position, rest pose. So actually, yes, it's too big. This can be at the same time. Okay, the eyelash bones are going too far up. Yes, they are. So that's one reason. So this doesn't require to do this extrapolation here. Let's go on. Yeah, max too much, too high. Really not necessary for the expression that we want. Then as it goes lower, it will have to go lower. I see what has happened. Yeah, because definitely I think there is wave painting there, which is affecting in a bad way. This bone's rest position, why it is so high? This is not very interesting. So let's make some change here. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so let's take this out of the way. Let's move this. Yeah, and this will bring some issue regarding. I hope not. Maybe it was something related to that. So let's get it like that. Let's push it more to that direction. Let's do that. And now let's pick, yes, this bone exactly in the middle, then we pick that and go. Let's pick that and go there. And what I need to be, oh yes, I remember I did that. It's because of the z-axis again, of this bone. That will make that I'll have to use, especially for this bone, it's positive y-axis to manage. Okay, so get this disrupted, but this is okay. We can. Okay, so this bone, let's reset. This bone gets displaced, so let's turn off the shrink wrap. Then let's reset. Then it doesn't reset properly according to the other one. Yeah, this is a mess. How? Well, I can try to adjust manually, right? Something like that. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not horrible. 0. Why not? We can adjust manually, fortunately, so it's not so bad. But here, because this, yeah, so what's happening here is that naturally it would, I wasn't having to think about this, because with the eye closed in a rest position, the eyelid would be, they would be sort of like that already on, say on, so they would be, naturally it would be easy to align their z-axis upwards for all of them, even for that one, because this bone would be somewhere like here. Yeah, and so this is why, yeah, not here, but you got the idea. So Now I can't do this alignment because the structure with the eyes open require a different setup. So I have never thought about this problematic. It's little things, so I just need to use another axis for this bone for the bone constraint. So unfortunately, unless I used global, right? But global is bad because if the head is rotated, tilted in any other direction, then the bone constraint will still operate on world space. So that's not very smart, right? So we want local space, and so the local space for this bone is the y-axis pointing up in relation to the head, right? So the upper direction of the eye, so to the top of the eye. So let's go back here, let's pick this thing, let's reset, and now what's happening is that this bone here, yes, the transformation bone constraints local space, but it's using now these axes are wrong. It's no more the z-axis. Oh, hold on. I'm I'm spelling nonsense, because actually this axis is not what affects this bone. The bone this bone is aligned properly, even though this is not. It's this z-axis which matters. So here it's still just as natural. So I was wrong. Sorry, my mistake. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. It would be a problem for manipulations on this bone directly, like bone constraints affecting it. Maybe if there's some copy transformed local orient. Yeah, I should reassess this later, but not a problem right now. So we can reactivate the shrink wrap. Doesn't move very far. So okay, so what I wanted to do there is just that this bone now starts in a better, it gets a better starting rest pose for the eye, right? The eyelid. Still just seeing there's some warping there. No, it's seems fine. This thing, yes, but this is the wave painting thing that I need to fix. I really seriously don't understand what's happened to this upper part, that always I'm getting, I have been getting wrong waves for it. So let's reassess this. So I need to select the eyes region first, then I'll hide, then I'm going to use the wave paint mode, and now I need to check. Let's first see if these control bones are correct. Yes, they are correct. Then here we start to have issues. This is not an eyelash bone, this is a bendy bone for the eyelid smash. There's no reason why there is eyelash wave here, neither for this one. So this was, I would never have done this. So this was something that happened accidentally, which I have no idea what could have been, because I was careful when and strangely all of them have the same behavior. It's as if the mesh was contaminated through the eyelids. So, but I didn't. Okay, so maybe okay. So let's see for the eyelashes. Well, at least the eyelashes seems to be correct. They don't seem to be. Oh, they are. Look there. They are taking waves from. Aha, so lots of mistakes there. Bad, horrible mistakes for this rig. This should never have happened. I thought I was careful enough, but no, can never be too careful with those things. So well, this one seems to be okay, but we're gonna make this sure. We're gonna use the eyelashes. We have a selection here. Now the rest of the mesh is hidden, but we are gonna just select these ones. Okay, so you select these ones too, that's fine. And that's right. I would just work on the one by one, so I first pick that one. And yeah, let's use this for now. And so now I'm gonna use this. Let's hold on, let me use the screencast, and let's use P. And alright, so now only top eyelash, that's correct. Let's start to investigate these waves. Okay, so just to be sure, we're gonna P, Control E to invert selection, P, wait, this. Okay, so get here and let's get waves to not blur, but these waves to 0, and Shift K. Yeah, we want to zero out everything that is outside, just in case. This was what I already have done before, but for the eyelash deformed bones. I didn't do it for the eyelid deformed bones, which are the bendy bones here. Oops. And this is what is interfering with the motion of the eyelashes. It is lagging it. It is sticking it to these waves, which is not required. So, but first let's just make sure these are correct. Invert, Shift K, Control E, invert. So P. Then I'm just swapping here for everyone, so Shift K, Control E, P. Alright, I have a shortcut for this one, which is P, vertex selection. So now we go, because we cannot select a new bone, if a different bone with this, any of these on, we need to turn them off, this option off. Okay, so now for the bottom one, pick this. Now select the bone we want. The larger ones are the bottom ones, so P. Here I could have some waves there, indeed, why not? And the waves, oh, I didn't change those waves. I could have more waves here. This doesn't sound natural, so this is not the way I would do. So this, maybe I didn't, yeah, this I think I didn't concluded this job here, so let's just, yeah, I have to, if I do that, of course I'll have to make adjustments later. We cannot even see properly the bones. Alright, but this is not what I was doing, so Control E, Shift, no, not Shift K, now Shift K. Okay, I'm just making sure we are taking off P, Control E, Control I, Control I, Shift K, Control I, P, select P, Control I, Shift K, Control I, P. Alright, so first thing, the eyelashes are solved here. Let's save a backup here. Next version, I mean. Then there is the problem of the eyelash with waves, eyelids mesh, eyelids deform bones with waves on the, which are long in the eyelids. It's what I'm going to do next, but immediately I would like to assign to make change to these waves here, because there's no reason why those waves are. Oops, no, don't do that. In order to do that, I want to have a proper selection, right? Okay, so we don't see the bone, but that's okay. These waves, probably this might have been some issue with auto normalize, maybe, because it would be sort of like that. I was painting make some adjustments perhaps on the eyelids mesh. Yeah, some time ago I did that, and perhaps I was using auto normalize, and then I didn't protect properly the layers, and then I've waved the eyelash accidentally from the eyelids mesh, and then it took those, because of the auto normalize, it took these waves, not totally, but it left them like that. And so this was the disaster. Yeah, a terrible disaster. This is why sometimes we ought to protect our layers, right? Just like, yeah, these are protected because, but it's not exactly the case. These are just for hiding efficiency. But even deformed bones, they could become locked. We just need to not forget that we have locked them, so that we can make changes in the future. Fortunately, it's easy to visualize. If we cannot paint on top of it, we know this is one of the possible culprits. Okay, so now I need to assess these things. So I'll start, yeah, it's the bottom ones. So here we'll do like this. Wave 0, Shift K. Take everything off. Yeah, that's easy. Then for this one, K, no, not K, not, it's P, Shift K. That's right. And as we've seen, there are some waves there that perhaps are too high and unrequired, right? Yeah, so you see there's some invasion there. And I'm also concerned about the other vertices inside, which have even also, just like the eyelash, have nothing to do with those, but we'll do that later, not to be confused. We'll do that clean up just after this. I don't want to get confused. It's already can be pretty confusing, so I'll subtract here some waves that from yeah, so apparently these waves are unrequired, but we'll certify maybe a slightly, but you see they advance even on the top eyelash, so this was very inadequate. We can have here, this is fine to some extent, but it cannot, I'm blurring, but we cannot have on, wait, I'm blurring the mesh here. This probably is a bad idea. Hold on. Control Shift Z. Okay. Now it's. I don't remember the pattern, anyways. But we see. I have. Oh, even this thing has. Okay, you see there. So I need to do the Shift K. All those 4 bones, they got influence everywhere. So this is on the top and bottom. So it's crossed. That's very. Let's reset. have to get an easier pose to work with that. Hard to find an easier pose, something intermediate where the bones don't. Yeah, it will be hard to find right now a good position for those bones. They are all, yeah, whatever. I know what I need, so just get these bones. I need really the, on edit mode, I really, well, let's do this at all at once. Right? Pick first these eyelashes. Good that it already, yeah, top and bottom eyelash, whatever, everything. And also eyelids borders, which are these ones, the inner ones, you'll see there. Only this inner edge ring. So with this selection, we'll go back on wave pane mode. And now when we get this selection, we will Shift K to 0 wave, where it is, not blur, subtract, not subtract, but I don't know if this makes a difference. At weight 0. So for this bone, yes, Shift K. Then for this bone, Shift K. Then for this bone, Shift K. Then finally for this bone, Shift K. Now we took off all those strange waves, and this should solve already plenty of trouble. Let's see if we can, let's see how the posing is going now. If this, if we can immediately see anything different. Well, it does seem that the eyelash moves a little more, but it's not certain about that. Not nearly very clear, but yes. Anyways, we at least I know that I took off the rogue waves that were on them. But I haven't fixed the oh yeah, now it's now this is more likely. This now okay, no rogue waves here, so this should be able to of course it needs to follow with this one, which it is trembling, this bone. Okay, so in part there's the eyelids problem, and the eyelashes also don't, not enough waves apparently on the upper part is okay, the down part is not pulling enough, so for some strange reason. Yeah, waves, maybe the waves are bad, yeah, or some relation of waves. Okay, so I don't really want to deal with. Will it be possible that these bones are having waves there too, in the back? We can perhaps make a multi-selection and investigate that. No, apparently there's nothing outside, so it's just... Alright, so maybe I'll start with the eyelids, right? Nearly solving this contraption. So I need to go on edit mode this time. We will hide these vertices and these ones too. We don't want to be affecting them. Oh, maybe I know what happened. I didn't do that last time I was working on the wave painting of the eyelids. I used the mask modifiers to hide the eyelids, and then I wave paint the eyelash, sorry. I used the mask modifiers and I didn't hidden them in edit mode, so they weren't properly masked. That's why I messed up all those things. Yeah, so that's pretty annoying, but at least I think I got what happened. Of course, now because it is hidden on the edit mode, it is protected from wave painting, but I can still look at them on object mode and pose mode, so I will mask them also. So we need also to mask in order to visualize what we are working on for these eyelids work. So yes, this is very intricate, but it's not that hard. It's just that we must be very conscious about every single step. It's very simple to mess everything up. So you see that the eyelids are not it's not following properly. So this is certainly wave painting. This mesh topology is really simple. It's just face rings all around. So that's a mesh topology which I found that works for this kind of situation. This is warping badly, even though it has the outside, so apparently this is not. Let's reset. Okay, now it's better. So sometimes it needs to reset like that, so this shrink wrap is complicated. But okay, so this is a good pose for eyelid expression, right? But it's not exactly what we want, right? We want to have the eyelids closed, right? And we don't want to push this bone like all back, all down. It shouldn't be like that. So this is just happening because of I assume the waves. So we're gonna assess this, and I need for now to have a selection on the eyelids mesh, and I have a vertex group for that eyelids mesh, but it's for bottom and top one, so there's no distinction because they're not, it's one and another, they are all the same. I could have made a differentiation in terms of, but let's protect this. Of course is the hiding, so don't bother these waves, this is correct, but the real waves that I need to assess are these ones. So what we see here is that these waves are not very heavy, right? And so to work here I will why I don't see the mesh there? Okay, so we must pay attention to the little vertices only, and we're gonna wave them properly now. Maybe I could wave all that, right? It's difficult to... Maybe I need some transparency here. Okay, I see this will be a bit challenging. They were so close, those vertices, that now I have a difficult time with painting the limit one, making distinction. Yeah, so maybe if I use that one, yeah, this one is a good one for making some separation, but it's not working perfectly. They are too close. Maybe I need more stretching of the mesh to actually wave paint that properly. Then it goes too far from the exclude non-selectable. No, it makes no sense. I didn't even need to have this snapping thing. Okay, so it can't go beyond that because it's the object, it is shrink wrapped too, so this is one of the problem. But of course we would never need to pose the eyelids in this position. I'm having to do that because I'm fixing the rig from this, so in principle this should be enough. Even for the bottom eyelid, this would be the sort of the maximum we would need. Then for the up it could go up, but down it's already the limit of the eyes around here, so shouldn't need to go there. And so now I would need to go down to fix. So I can solve this temporarily by just disabling this, then I enable this later, right? So I just do that for now. And let's hope that this helps a little in finding those. Okay, so it's the eyelid, top eyelid, and we see that there are waves on non-eyelids mesh, and this is not actually required. Maybe this was a mistake. This can be useful, but it's more the opposite. I think it's a mistake, so I will take that off. I'll just wave the eyelids inside the eyelids mesh, and so I'll have to repeat this for each. The selection is already done, right? So and if it wasn't a mistake, then I just repaint some low waves on the extremities. This is simple. Alright, so we go back here and the top one. P, Control E, because it was invert. Now I'm just I cannot paint outside, so that's great. Let's do some smoothing. This is very unfortunate because wave painting eyelids, it's really challenging, and even for this rig the eyelids mesh is shrink wrapped to the eye, so that's why it's already half of the job. It's automated, but this shrink wrapping caused some complications, right? It doesn't do everything for us. It's a technique, a method that I found that is helpful for the rig that I'm doing, but it's not pretty common. I think there are people use often other alternatives, like I don't know, You can use this technique with shape keys also. Like if you have shape key that is dropping the eyelid up and down, or like eyelids closed, eyelids open, the mesh can be shrink wrapped and still try to follow up the motion of the shape key. So the vertices, they will be shrink wrapped, and at the same time they will try to respond to shape key. So this works. They will follow the curve of the eye with the shape key that is mostly for making the mesh go up and down. So this works with shape keys as well, this method. Okay, so here we have this problem. Where is the... Why I can't paint this thing? Blur. Yeah, let's do something like that. I was expecting that as I pull that mesh, this thing would spread apart naturally and not being so closed. Maybe this is risky. I'm going to save. There is something that could be done. Maybe there are too many. Yeah. What if I just dissolve that? Dissolve edges? Why not? Let's see. Maybe this works. It's a low poly, medium poly model, so the mesh, it's subdivided, seems to be carrying the deforms in a smooth way. Yeah, don't seem to be too dramatic. So if we just see the original mesh, seems to be spreading, it's curvy. Alright, so that kind of worked. I could, and I don't see well, I see interpenetrations, yes, but this is because this bone is too there. There we go. Yeah. Remember I took off its shrink wrapping bone constraint. So okay, it's so this is one reason why in here the last one maybe it's better to have it slightly more separated, right? Okay, so learned some things. Now here strange things are happening. And are those shapes smooth? Yes, they are smooth, but let's reset. Let's continue the wave painting. Okay, now we have, yeah, so this is influence from the bottom on the top, probably. We're going to address this in a moment. For now, I just want this mesh to respond. No, this mesh to respond. It is working, but look, it doesn't look that great, right? In terms of. Okay, so now let's. Alright, so this, I think I have a wrong selection here. Let's go on. It's the eyelid smash. Then pick here. And of course the bone. Okay, now I have this vertex selection. Now we'll have to readdress this. Why I cannot paint here. It's not responding, it's not locked. Multiply, no, mix, I use mix. Alright, so apparently there's some lacking vertex here. Where is the... there's some vertex that is not there. Oh, it is, I see it. What are you doing there, buddy? Why are you behind? What happened to you? Yeah, it doesn't want to collaborate. For some reason, it thinks it should go there for some weird reasons. Maybe it's having some other influence that is dragging it that way. To address this is a bit complicated because I don't know exactly which vertices they are. We can check this out. They could be any of these. Let's see. Oh, they're probably waves from the bottom eyelid. That's it. But since we are here, let's check this out. Strange influence from lots of stuff. But 0, 0, 0, 0, eyelash 0. This wouldn't. Is it even normal to have 0 there? It's makes no sense, but let's delete that. Then eyelid bot, yes, this could be possible. Deaf head, knee, no way. And top, alright. Eyelid bot, this is a lot. Yeah, this is a lot. Eyelash, all that. Then okay, this is from the other outer eyelid top, this is fine, and this no. This, let's see, again, I'm just fixing for this because they are suffering a lot. Okay, let's delete this for now. And yes, this is from the... don't remember this for that one, so let's delete that too. Last one, maybe this is already the domain of the other, so maybe that's not... just curious about that. Does this contain eyelash? Yes. So for some reason all these are containing eyelash 0. There should be a way to clean that. I think there is an operator for that. Never used for that purpose. Maybe there's something here. Clean 08 from all groups. Well, that seemed to work. Okay, so maybe this will help. It might be a bit messy to some stuff that I've worked everywhere, but At least it's 0, it's out of the game. This will help more than not, right? Because now, wait, this was not cleared. So this didn't work for from all groups. Clean 0 is from all groups. No, it's just clean from the thing that was selected. So not good enough. It didn't batch this thing. Alright, so unfortunately wasn't able to, and I can't multi-select here, so whatever. We'll have to find some solution for that later. Anyways, an automated solution if it ever exists. For now, let's go back on the yeah, we must see if this thing got back to normal now. So as I was okay, I need proper selection, and that would be with eyelids mesh. Back on here, first select the bone, and now yes. So some vertices there are going crazy, as very crazy. It's like it's not connected properly. And I remember I have made I've tried to take off from whatever other things. So for example here, if I pick that, well, I could play out and try to subtract everything, and I could, oh, here, yes, there it is. There it is, folks. I had this influence of the outer top I did was bad on that part. So I want to have this flow, but it wasn't very aligned. It needs to be smoother. So maybe I use this. Why it is refusing now to... Okay, so we got something going there. I can... Oh yeah, subtract. No, mix. So what is this amount? Okay, so for this one, since we are here, let's mass stuff here, mass waves here. And here we could have some here. Are we facing similar challenge? Apparently yes, there are probably some vertices there which that is having influence from the bottom. We'll try to spot it immediately. There we go. So we need to simplify this thing here, and of course we see it's not enough. Maybe there are more. Maybe we need to pose these bones better in ways that this will become neat. looks like some parts of the mesh have lose too much waves, so now they are irresponsible. Yeah, maybe you need, yes. What's happened to this vertex? So something there is really bad. I have to find out what's going on. But one thing for sure is that we need to give stronger waves to the ones on the limit. Is that one or is the other? I think it's that one. This is very hard to get. No? Yeah, it's the wrong one. So unfortunately, so if I pick, for example, can I pick a single? Why it's not letting me? Yeah, the problem is that this ruins my selection, so not very smart, but it could work if I could go back easier, but it's not the case. So the axes of the bones are confusing me in terms of points in space. Let's do to what we know. Maybe no, too dangerous. It's clear some others are hiding back. All right, so okay, for the ones on the extremity we need to solve in this part. I'll do that just after I solve the waves on these ones. And yeah, this is really annoying when it's not responsive for whatever reason. There, what is the right one? It's not that one, might be that one, but as I paint it, it gets really messed up, so maybe it's got influence on the top. Maybe here if I could, oh, this can help. All right, sometimes this is the only tool that actually can give some sort of logical automation to those. There we go. We see that we've achieved something there. What is this? Cannot understand. Looks like a vertex, an extra vertex, that just like that. Some loose vertices. This is grave if this is happening. No, I don't seem to be having any kind of vertex like that. Just on wave paint mode they appear to go crazy. Okay, so that leads to that conclusion again. I need to investigate these. Okay, so we're gonna use the waves, clean, waves, clean, waves, clean. Okay, let's do this for all the surrounding, at least the first ones. Isn't there a fast way to do that? No automation operator here. Can I add something? Add quick favorites? Yeah, I can. So like, alright, that's fine. Can I do it for more than one at a time? We'll try that in a moment. Yes, we can. Good. Aha. So this is not by group, is by selection. Very, very interesting. Okay, so here this means that if I make this thing and okay, that's it for this hole. Gonna save that. Interesting finding. Let's see if this solved. Well, this didn't solve anything there. And some vertices still look crazy. I need to find out what is this, or is this an axis of something? No, it's vertex. Could it be the eyelash mesh that is... No, because it's hidden. It makes no sense. So it must be something about something really crazy there. Okay, so maybe we can delete this. Oh yes, it's probably... Oh, I've picked the wrong one. Okay, that's... never mind. Okay, let's pick that and see. Eyelid top, eyelid bottom. Oh, that's a lot of from the bottom one, right? Unrequired. Top, alright, this is okay. Definitely, but yeah, this sounds... taking out from the top. This also get off, get out. This from the top, we can delete this for now. Alright, yeah, this is very tiresome. Let's see now if we got any better things, and let's start to work on a larger scale now. No, I need the selection. Yes, selection out. Okay, at least the mesh seems to be more responsible since we added waves, stronger waves to the right, to the edge, but then the mesh still goes crazy there. This we'll try to fix that in a moment. Hold on. So alright, so this is the bottom ID. So what I'm gonna do is pull that down let's see whatever we can do with the top eyelid. Let's try to solve the forms for the top eyelid. Okay, so we got some weird things here, so I need to reset here. Yeah, the shrink wrapping here is really going crazy. Let's try to now investigate what to smooth out here. So apparently maybe we need to... Oh, I see. These waves here are very inadequate. Why I can't take them off? Maybe I lose my selection, so I need to do that again. So eyes region, no, not eyes region, I mean eyelids mesh. Let's go back here, armature mesh, bone, yes, subtract now. Yeah, I see here, so maybe we could, yeah, we could get some okay, but isn't the mesh protected? Yes, it is. So why I have let's get the music back again. Yeah, so I must say that this thing is really... the lack of responsiveness in these waves, even in these tools, is really annoying now. This is not what I wasn't having this issue there before, so it looks like something is very wrong about these vertices. Really hard to... I cannot understand what's gluing them to such difficult behavior. Modifiers. Mirror modifier is the only one which is enabled here. The posing is making them go crazy, right? Okay, so if I get a better posing, it should be better for... But you see, even there, let's take this down. Let's restart again here. Okay, so the posing helps a lot. That is clear. If I have a better posing, it's a more regular posing. It's better to get them not go crazy with the waves. Let me save, and therefore it helps making more regular, correct wave painting. Alright, but there it looks like they're still going crazy. Is that correct? No, this vertex is correct. It just seems that it needs the proper influence. Okay, we're getting it. We're getting it. No, we're not getting it. Would it be that it is like it is shrink wrapping differently? Actually, it's the one shrink wrapping to the mesh, to the eye. So it is behaving correctly. These ones are not behaving correctly. So they are not working the same way in relation to the eye surface. They should all shrink wrap to it immediately. So maybe there's something about the selections here. Let's see. Eyelids mesh. Is this mesh actually... Okay, so we'll have to make sure of that. So include... Let's shrink wrap this indeed to the eye surface. Okay, so it start to be snapped on top of it. This is the first thing. Let's assess if everything is right. Okay. Yeah, this is the one behind. No problem. As we go back, no, the behavior are still happening wrong. So maybe it's something about, let's see the modifier here for the shrink wrap eyelids. Is all this mesh selected? Yes. Does it have the same amount of waves? If I go on wave paint mode, yes. Are there other interfering? Like this one? No, it's only for... Oh, aha! Look at that! Some parts of the mesh are assigned to this. Remove. Right, this should just work with this one. Assign. So some stuff were, as I suspected, were shrink wrapping, but it was not the mesh here, it was some mesh of the eyelashes. So it's just completely green. Maybe those vertices were from the eyelash, they were suddenly appearing out of nowhere. Not sure, but maybe they were affecting. Yeah, they could be affecting. Let's just make sure. Ah, you see there? this was extruded. This is eyelids, right? This eyelids mesh, this shouldn't be there. Need to remove this one. Now, yes. Okay, so we've tweaked the mesh in some ways, and that created some incoherences. And I suspect this didn't solve the problem yet. So there should be still wrong thing going on. But at least we've realized some of the culprits, or at least realize things that were absolutely wrong, that shouldn't be happening at all. Okay, so this bone here is not pushing that eyelids mesh, so I think we're going towards the right direction. So let's wave these things up. We need some waves here. And then we can have some blurring here. Yes, here we want this one strong. You see, I'm not affecting the other ones, so these are really the important ones. Let's see, what about the eye? Okay, so it has no waves right now. Let's try to push there, but without. Okay, let's do the inverse instead. I want to see all the. No, we can still see. We need to get this mesh organized. Maybe this is happening because of the way this bone is posed. No, maybe not the case. We need to assess these waves. No waves here or here affecting that place. Here we see clearly, but let's realize here. Yeah, see here some strange things happening. Looks like some duplicates. This is what bothers me. And they are not selected vertices. Here again, some very strange stuff. I need to reassign the mesh. Yeah, it really looks like there are some duplicates. So let's hide these things here. Let's hide everything that doesn't matter. Let's check here just the eyes region. Maybe mesh clean up, delete loose. No, it's not delete loose, but it didn't work. Not, it's merged by distance. 28 merged on a certain. I just must be careful not to merge such one. So let's see if I, yeah, this merged, so this is not good. Let's see. 0 merged, nothing happens. Okay, so it's not the case. Let's make a fierce experiment here. I'm just deleting these vertices until if I spot something wrong. What's that? This is suspicious. Alright, so apparently something there was happening. This discontinuation might be normal after all, because okay, it's a normal discontinuation. It could be a problem related to this double direction. Yeah, could be a problem related to this. This vertex got shrink wrapped, but it got crazy because there's vertex going up. I haven't had any issue like that in the past, if I remember properly, so not sure now what this, but it sounds like something of that kind. Just trying to put this in a better spot. It was never good after the last iterations. Something like that should be fine. But if that is the case, that will be manifold mesh, right? Then I don't have an answer to that at the time being. You see, it seems to occur exactly in that position, and in that position, and then and there. Yes, I had some aspects of that, but not causing wave paint problematic like that. So it's weird that is I'm. Maybe wouldn't happen if I have visibility of the mesh. So let's unhide, reveal, and let's get the eye. Let's also get the eyelashes to show, and the armature. Yeah, the bottom eyelash is huge, I know. Yeah, so the problem here seems to vanish. But once I masked or hidden the eyelash, they start to appear strange in wave painting. So maybe I shouldn't hide the eyelash as I wave paint. I should just protect. So maybe that would allow me to make this work properly. Okay, we'll try that. So instead of what I'm doing, let's make the change to this bottom eyelash first. So of course here it could be its waves again. Let's look how, yeah, I haven't fixed reassessed its waves, so this is another problem. The solidify modifier is and subdivision. White is appearing on, oh, because this is wave paint mode. Okay, this is not edit mode, so they still occur on wave paint mode. So let's see. If I want these waves to affect like that, this means that I would require that this bone don't push this too far away. So let's just attempt these things to limit the expansion of this. There's also lateral expansion that I've made here, not absolutely relevant. What is the logic here? As this bone moves up, it goes inward, otherwise it goes outwards. Doesn't make much sense. It was more to have it fixed in a position, like to go outwards, to remain slightly offset. It was just a mechanism. So it doesn't move exactly laterally, it already stays on a certain lateral position. But this one matters. So maybe we want to tweak it slightly. Same here. Look at this. No, it's just that. For this is negative 0.1, so this one also could be a smaller one. Then this distance also doesn't. No, I'm moving it the wrong. Oh, I was moving it on the wrong place. Map. I messed up the map from. I don't know. I messed up the map from. I'll have to revise from an older file. Okay, let's hide the map from here. Fortunately, I have a lot of backups, so I'll hide all the map from here. Although actually I should remap those things. Yeah, good thing to do at this point. But yeah, because I changed the rest position, so maybe some slight aspects of the character design change. It would be nice to revise the map from too. It's more mechanical, so it's not that hard. I just won't do it immediately. Let's just fix what we can from this stuff here. So this negative and positive, this is fine, and this is going to, the minimum is 2 less. Let's just get it this, and the maximum yeah, it's very subtle actually what happens to this one, so it's not really, can be very subtle. Okay, much better for this one than this synchronized thing. It's I think wave paint should solve. This could maybe get slightly to the bottom. Alright, this is good. This looks like it's oh yes, because now I see now. Yes, it affected. I was not absolutely wrong. Is that now the map from of this one should be different. It's no more the Z, is the Y for this bone. I just don't know if it is this way or the opposite. So this means that all this becomes Y, Y, and Y. Yeah, okay, so alright, so this apparently was correct. Alright, so this one maps from the Y, the only one of all that use these other configurations. It's simple one, but we can get confused, right? And what about this? We can simplify that. It goes in that direction actually. It stays slightly offset to the left. Alright. Then okay, so this is one thing that was messing up this rig a lot. It lacked some specific for this one that barely missed it, but it was clearly that something was very wrong about it. So here we can still not satisfied with that. And yes, this is, oh, this is should be a map from thing also. Maybe I have made change there. Yeah, so each map from is different because it relates to the position of this bone in relation to its starting rest position, of course, so it's local space. And so this works like this, folks. If I have, let me hide this gizmo thing, navigate for a moment. Basically this is just like this. If I, so let's say this is the 0, Z0 for this bone. So as it goes down like Z, I could even use GZ. GZ -1 would be like the maximum, oh, even negative 1.1, okay, would be the minimum possible for it to transform this. So the target bone, which is of the transformation bone constraint affecting this one, the target bone here, as the target on local space, target local space, reaches for the Z minimum 1.1, and for the maximum it will affect things like that. So let's try to zero out things here, just to, yeah, let's zero out stuff. Okay, so now as it will have a range of affecting the owner bone here, from here to 0, let's say it would go up to here, 0.3. Yes, the eye is very open. 0.4. Okay, so it will have a range of positive 0.4, not 0.8 was too much, but was an older setup, because the older setup, the rest position of the bone should be somewhere here in principle. Now it has changed, so yes, I need to revise all those things too. I wasn't counting on that, but that was another of the culprit found out. So what I need now for this, yeah, so now that I have this mapped, of course there are wave painting to address too. I have changed to there, but then for the, in what concerns the eyelash, here we could have the eyelash go minimum, maximum, like whatever. This, why not? Kept going. Now I can hide this and just work there. And for the minimum, as okay, so we need to find some maybe it needs to go a higher max. Strangely, this bone isn't affecting that mesh so much. It says it's not. Okay, we see it happens. Okay, so the movement, I remember that, yeah, the movement must be larger, wider motion here, so something like that. Because those those values here are not symmetric like they could be, like mirrored, but they aren't because of the shape, the design. So this means that here there will also have to be some sort of non-mirrored things, even though it is proportional. So I need to find out what matches the character design. It's not so difficult, it's just a bit complicated. It can be more intuitively set. If we could work directly on mirrored stuff, mirrored values, right, then it would be much simpler, but this is not the case. So we have to do like that. Okay, so this could go more. And now it's nearly working as expected. Maybe the minimum is too much. Of course, there are other things that will affect the pattern. So yeah, it doesn't require to go that lower, because this bone goes lower, and then as it reaches here, then we see, okay, maybe just a little more, I think. Yeah, so the position where it starts waving down, then it must be somewhere that is adequate for the character design. Of course, the other bones also have their own way to affect the eyelid, because they are shear waves. So this is why we need to address all this sort of in conjunction. Now I'm just working on this one individually, but the shape is better when everyone is working more in synchrony. Now they are a bit incoherent, so it's normal that it doesn't look good enough. But yeah, lots of progress already. I think I'm nearly finishing this thing. At least it's looking usable now. It's not a complete mess. It just requires some additional tweaking. Yeah, it's kind of funny now. It's kind of already working. So already working more like as expected. Yeah, so I'll leave that for a next session. So lots of improvement here, and there's this wave painting. I hope now the wave painting gets to collaborate those strange vertices. We'll see. Just gonna check now again. Of course I don't have a proper selection here, but just wanna check. Yeah, I think if I wave paint this way with the eyelash visual, maybe this will be better to know what's happening, because maybe hiding this was causing some problem because of the manifold mesh that was happening here. Alright, so we'll address this in the next session. Thanks for watching, folks. Happy blending and take care. We'll see next time. Bye.